Okay, never stop posting, never stop posting, never stop posting. I know it's kind of a joke sometimes on Twitter, but um, the thing is, you can see the title. No, it's like I start these videos that it's like there's only three different things I'll say. It'd be like, oh, I hate to bring it up, but I'm gonna have to do it, or I gotta come up with some better shticks. Anyway, um, I was watching CGTN, their videos on YouTube, and I have to say they make very, very good propaganda videos. I think to the level of CNN, and probably better. They are much more polished and much more high class than what we do here. You know, like I say, I mean, obviously, CGT in English, obviously, is obviously catered to Americans and to serve as counter propaganda. But the thing is, though, is that China knows far more about the United States than the U.S. does about China. All we have against China is vague racism, leftover, basically leftover yellow peril type of, level of or tier propaganda. And, the Chinese are going to take our jobs, and that's all we really have. And it's just going to be more racism, basically, is all that we have. Whereas the Chinese can say, well, yeah, the United States is racist, this and that, but it's like we still want to do business with them, you know? So I think that that's going to be a struggle. I mean, when I was talking with Kevin, I really should have hounded harder, but I felt like, all right, I'm still not well read on things as I should be, but that's my fault. I don't blame anyone but myself. I would say is, you know, this idea that we don't really have any good intelligence. The thing is that, China, you can bring Chinese folks in to the United States, and you can have, plenty of Chinese students come to the U.S. universities because it's considered more prestigious in some ways than going to a Chinese university. Now, that could change, and I think that is changing. What I will say is that, I should have brought it up more, but with Kevin, but I think that if you really want to, you know, we don't have a good strategy. I'll put it that way. And that basically, you know, how far does this go? Does the United States ban Chinese students from attending U.S. universities? That's not a good look. The world is going to say, like I say, in this sort of world, we can't do that. This is why the propaganda is on their side, and that they have a lot of leverage over us. And good, bad, right, or wrong, that's just how it is. The thing is, we can't do like we used to do with social media. This is why you hear, in general, it's like, we don't hate all the Chinese people, this and that. And obviously, you'll see that. I was watching even this guy, Bjorn Jorgensen, I think, or something like that. One of these, kind of like a Varg-esque sort of guy, I think. I think it's Bjorn Jorgensen. I could be wrong. But anyway, he had on a Uyghur girl. I know it's Uyghur or, Uyghur. I think it's Uyghur is how you pronounce it. But anyway, the Uyghurs. And it's like, of course, and it said up front, well, this doesn't mean all Chinese people, but it's like that's just virtue signaling. It's just like, look, man, you can't be like that and think, oh, yeah, well, we're going to do things this way, actually. No, man. No, fool. It's not going to be like that. I just, it's difficult to say, man. But they make some hella good propaganda. I could have done a longer video and shown you what they were talking about. But basically, this dude was, you know, sharper than a knife, in his criticism, where he's, and obviously someone may have wrote it for him, but it's like, when he's saying stuff like, you know, the U.S. has a populism problem, it's like, well, that's not to say the populism is bad, but ultimately, uh, America failed democracy. This now, like I say, it was slicker than fish grease. It was slicker than fish grease in terms of propaganda and playing it to the people. I'm like, it's hella good, man. Like I say, and you've got a fair amount of Americans, whatnot, who can see that this is going to be an uphill battle. Joe Biden, I just don't think has the cojones really to go at China. It's like he can barely take on Trumpers right now. That's why I think to a point, I know that everyone's just like, we got to get the Republicans, we got to get them arrested. We're going to kick folks out. We're going to get them fired. No, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because, number one, if they start, once again, if that starts to happen and we're going to say, oh, well, Republican, we're going to kick them out, that means that once Republicans get back in, then they'll do the same to Democrats and say, oh, well, you made this precedent, so now we're going to use it against you. That's how politics works, where it's like, it's an inverse, and people could probably say this is wrong and that's not how it works, but it's like, no, you just want retribution. You want your justice and all that. You can go ahead and say that. That's not me defending Republicans. That's just me saying is that I think that you're full of crap with what you're saying. But yeah, I think that basically Biden is trying to play the long game. And he wants, as any politician, as he has been, 45 years in the game, is that he wants to keep his options open. So he's not going to shit on all Republicans, but he's going to keep some of them in the fold. And he knows that, if we want to look at it that way, is that, yeah, Republicans are, as close as you're going to get as the proponents would say, well, yeah, anti-China, and some of these Republicans have done work with China. So it's like, well, God, okay, come on. Cats keep getting in here. I'm trying to keep it quiet so I could just get this recorded. Anyway, but yeah, like I say, that's kind of the way it works, And I'll tell you this. This is a little side thing. I've pretty much said my piece on that, but I will finish it up with this, is that I think I'm going to do a class analysis of the RoboCop trilogy. I know RoboCop is overplayed, this, that, but I just got through watching the first one, which I still love the first one, flaws and all. And there are flaws. There are plenty of flaws. It's 1987, but still, it's a good movie. I don't care. Like I say, where'd you learn to shoot, son? Or yeah, it's like, what's your name, son? Or nice shooting, son. What's your name? Murphy. And then do 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 do, and all that. Yeah. Oh, and the guy, it breaks into the toxic waste. Help me! Get off me, man! Oh, still. I vaguely remember, too, when I was younger. I don't think I had seen the movies yet, but I saw the TV series, the Canadian TV series, which nobody wants. Apparently, I mean, I guess it's that crap, but I don't know. From what I remember, it was just kind of like, but yeah. So maybe I'll do a brief video about that. Just kind of a class analysis sort of thing. I think that'll be interesting. It's been a while since I did one of those. It's a nice little shorty video. Like I say, I'm sure that people could make a better one, but whatever. I'm going to try it. So that'll give me something to do later this week. Hopefully y'all enjoy that then. See you later, and watch out for that class analysis video that I'm going to do. And I think I'm going to try to, I keep saying it, I'm going to try to get that book done. Yeah, we're going to try to get that book, The Avengers, done. And The Avengers, A Jewish War Story. My goodness, it's still not done. We're going to get there, though. I hope y'all enjoy that, though. I hope y'all enjoy that there. Sorry, I went to a certain accent there. Anyway, have a good one, though. Goodbye.